In a moment that has the streets talking and social media exploding, Pooh Shiesty proved once again why he's one of the most feared figures in the game. The footage surfaced late last night, showing him catching his opposition slipping, and he made absolutely sure they would never forget it. There's a raw intensity in the way Pooh moves, a confidence that comes from knowing your ground and never letting anyone disrespect it. In this clip, every second counts. The looks exchanged, the reactions, and the final outcome all tell a story of dominance, strategy, and reputation on the line. Fans are already calling it one of the most savage moments of the year, and the internet isn't letting it go. Every replay, every slow-motion breakdown, every reaction video adds to the hype. People are dissecting it frame by frame, trying to catch every subtle gesture, every word, every move that defines why Pooh Shiesty is not someone to be underestimated. What makes this moment so unforgettable isn't just the action, it's the psychology behind it. Pooh Shiesty didn't just respond. He anticipated, he controlled the situation, and he executed it in a way that left no doubt who held the upper hand. For anyone watching, it's a lesson in respect, strategy, and reputation. Slip once, and the consequences are immediate. The clip has already racked up millions of views online, with fans sharing, commenting, and debating every detail. Reactions range from shock to admiration, with many praising his street intelligence and ability to stay one step ahead. Of course, in the world of hip-hop and street culture, moments like this carry weight far beyond a single video. They send messages, establish hierarchy, and define reputations. And Pooh Shiesty made sure that everyone watching, and most importantly, his opposition, understood that his presence commands respect. The streets are buzzing, social media is lit, and everyone wants to know what happens next, and who will respond to this unforgettable display of dominance. This isn't just a viral clip, it's a defining moment in his story, one that fans and critics alike will be talking about for weeks. And as the footage continues to circulate, one thing is crystal clear: Pooh Shiesty isn't playing games, and anyone slipping around him is taking notes, whether they like it or not. The streets have been buzzing long before the clip surfaced online. Everyone who follows Pooh Shiesty knew that he wasn't the type to let a situation slide. And when word got out that his opposition had made a mistake, anticipation started building. The video itself captures only a fragment of the full encounter. But even in that short span, the intensity is undeniable. Pooh's energy, his posture, his movements, they all convey dominance, confidence, and precision. From the moment he noticed his opponent slipping, it was clear that he was in full control. Observers online immediately dissected the footage, noting how he didn't react impulsively but rather waited, calculated, and then executed with authority. This wasn't just about asserting power. It was about sending a message that respect is earned, attention to detail matters, and every move has consequences in the streets. As the clip spreads across social media, reactions have been electric. Fans are praising Pooh Shiesty for his street intelligence and his ability to anticipate threats before they even fully materialize. Analysts and commentators have broken down each second, discussing the subtle gestures, the positioning, and the psychology at play. The way he approaches a confrontation is methodical, almost like a chess game. He observes, assesses, and acts decisively, ensuring that the lesson his opponent receives is unforgettable. Unlike many who rely solely on bravado, Pooh combines strategy with presence, making every interaction count. His ability to maintain composure under pressure is what separates him from others in his lane. And this clip has become a masterclass in street awareness for anyone paying attention. Beyond the viral video, insiders suggest that there was more context to the situation than meets the eye. Rumors circulated about previous tensions, unresolved disputes, and long-standing rivalries that have been simmering quietly. Pooh Shiesty, known for his patience and timing, reportedly chose this moment carefully, ensuring maximum impact while avoiding unnecessary chaos. The lesson here is clear. Timing and observation are just as important as force. Street culture thrives on reputation, and a single slip can shift the balance of respect. Observers have noted that Pooh didn't just respond to a threat. He orchestrated a situation that reinforced his dominance while simultaneously humbling his opponent in a way that would be remembered. The public reaction has been nothing short of explosive. Clips of the moment have been shared millions of times, with commentary pouring in from fans, influencers, and even other artists. Many are calling it one of Pooh Shiesty's most calculated and memorable moves yet, a moment that demonstrates both his street smarts and his unwavering confidence. Debate rages about what will come next. Will the opponent respond, or have they learned the lesson too well to challenge him again? The anticipation has created a frenzy, with hashtags trending across platforms and reaction videos dominating feeds. For fans, it's more than entertainment. It's an insight into the mindset of someone who commands respect and enforces it without hesitation. What makes this encounter particularly compelling is the combination of precision and legacy building. Pooh Shiesty understands that every move is being watched, dissected, and discussed in real time. His reputation isn't built on random confrontations. It's cultivated through calculated actions, strategy, and consistency. The lesson for his opposition, and for anyone watching, is clear. Underestimating him comes with consequences. The streets and social media alike are taking note, analyzing what this incident means for his dominance moving forward. And as the clip continues to circulate, it becomes increasingly evident that this isn't just a viral moment. It's a defining chapter in Pooh Shiesty's story, one that cements his presence, his strategy, and his fearlessness in the eyes of fans and critics alike. The aftermath of that viral clip sent shockwaves through social media, streets, and music circles alike. Fans weren't just replaying the footage, they were analyzing every second, trying to understand how Pooh Shiesty had anticipated the slip so flawlessly. The comments ranged from admiration to awe, with some noting that this level of street awareness separates legends from pretenders. Influencers began breaking down the clip frame by frame, highlighting subtle movements, the way he positioned himself, and the timing of his reaction. Observers marveled at the calculated confidence he exhibited, noting that he didn't rely on chaos or aggression to dominate. He relied on precision, timing, and reputation. The video became more than entertainment. It was a lesson in strategy, respect, and control, and it sparked endless discussion among fans and critics alike. Inside the streets and among insiders, whispers of the incident began circulating faster than the clip itself. Sources suggested that the situation didn't happen in a vacuum. There had been ongoing tension between Pooh and his opposition, simmering just below the surface until the right moment presented itself. Those familiar with his style noted that he doesn't act impulsively. He watches, calculates, and executes only when he knows the timing will maximize impact. This was not a random confrontation or a fleeting display of aggression. It was a demonstration of dominance, a reminder to everyone watching that reputation is earned, vigilance matters, and no one gets a free pass when they slip. For the opposition, it wasn't just embarrassment. It was a message that will linger long after the clip fades from social feeds. The reaction online was immediate and explosive. Within hours, thousands of reactions poured in from fans, content creators, and even other artists in the industry. Memes, reaction videos, and commentary threads dominated feeds, dissecting every gesture and expression. Analysts compared this moment to some of Pooh Shiesty's previous viral encounters, noting a pattern, calculated strategy, street intelligence, and a willingness to act decisively when the opportunity presents itself. Fans praised not only the action itself, but the mind behind it. This wasn't about brute force or reckless confrontation. It was about precision, reputation, and ensuring that lessons were learned clearly and unmistakably. In a culture where respect is aimed and maintained with every move, Pooh Shiesty had once again reminded everyone why he commands attention and fear in equal measure. The significance of the event extended beyond immediate reactions. Those paying close attention recognized that it wasn't just about the confrontation, it was about the underlying psychology and messaging. Pooh Shiesty understood the power of optics, timing, and public perception. By acting decisively, he ensured that his dominance was not only established in person but amplified across social media, turning a street-level moment into a viral statement of authority. Fans speculated endlessly about the consequences, the possible responses, and the longer-term implications for the streets and the industry. Every replay of the video reinforced the narrative. Pooh is always one step ahead, and slipping around him comes with consequences, immediate or delayed. The incident became a textbook example of how strategy, patience, and intelligence are just as crucial as strength or bravado in maintaining respect and fear. As discussions raged, the conversation began to shift toward legacy and influence. For fans and critics alike, this moment was more than a single confrontation. It was a defining chapter in Pooh Shiesty's story. Each viral clip, each encounter, each display of strategic dominance contributes to a larger narrative about who he is, how he operates, and why his reputation is unshakable. The opposition may have slipped, but for viewers, the lesson is universal. Vigilance, preparation, and calculated action define the balance of power. Social media feeds continued to erupt with debate, praise, and speculation. While some questioned what the opposition's next move would be, others marveled at Pooh Shiesty's ability to control the situation so thoroughly. The streets, the internet, and the music world alike were paying attention, and everyone knew this wasn't just a moment. It was a statement, and it would be remembered for a long time. By the time Part 3 of this saga unfolded, the story had grown far beyond the original encounter. Social media wasn't just buzzing, it was on fire. Fans replayed the clip endlessly, dissecting every movement, every glance, every subtle shift in body language. Analysts on Twitter and YouTube began offering breakdowns, highlighting the precision in Pooh Shiesty's timing, the confidence in his posture, and the psychological pressure he applied without even raising his voice. It wasn't just a display of dominance. It was a lesson in anticipation, strategy, and understanding the dynamics of the streets. Observers noted that this level of foresight didn't come by accident. It came from experience, knowledge, and an acute awareness of surroundings. To many, it became clear that this moment wasn't just about him catching someone slipping. It was about reminding the world exactly why he commands respect in every space he steps into. The impact of the clip extended quickly into the music and street communities. People began comparing this incident to other viral moments in his career, noting a recurring pattern: calculated control, swift execution, and a keen sense of timing. Unlike confrontations that escalate chaotically, Pooh Shiesty's approach seemed almost surgical, precise, and methodical. This calculated approach only amplified the fear and respect he commands. Observers suggested that the incident sent a broader message to anyone watching. Respect is not automatic, loyalty and awareness are currency, and mistakes, no matter how small, can carry lasting consequences. Each frame of the video became a lesson for the streets, and fans couldn't stop dissecting what they saw, turning a single moment into a cultural touchstone for understanding dominance and reputation. Rumors and speculation began swirling, adding another layer of intensity to the story. Some insiders hinted that this wasn't an isolated incident, but rather the culmination of ongoing tension and rivalries that had quietly simmered behind the scenes. Others suggested that Pooh's opposition underestimated his awareness, assuming that he would act impulsively or without strategy. The reality, however, was the opposite. Observers watching the clip closely noted how he remained calm, measured, and deliberate throughout the encounter. He controlled not just the action but the narrative, ensuring that his response was as public and memorable as it was impactful. For fans, this elevated the incident beyond a street-level confrontation, turning it into a lesson in power, timing, and psychological mastery. Meanwhile, social media and news outlets began dissecting potential consequences for the opposition. Commentators debated what this meant for future encounters, rivalries, and alliances, speculating on whether retaliation was likely or if the lesson had been internalized. Fans weighed in on every detail, praising Pooh Shiesty for his foresight and decisiveness while warning anyone watching about the consequences of carelessness. Influencers recreated slow-motion analyses, reaction videos, and TikToks highlighting every angle, making the incident go viral faster than anyone anticipated. The story evolved from a single clip into a cultural discussion, blending street awareness, entertainment, and social commentary in a way that few moments in recent memory have achieved. The sheer speed and intensity of the discussion reflected the magnitude of Pooh Shiesty's influence and the respect he commands. What stood out most in this entire situation was the combination of strategy and legacy building. Pooh Shiesty didn't just react to someone slipping. He created a moment that would be remembered and referenced for months, even years. Fans highlighted that each action was deliberate, designed to reinforce his reputation while also sending a clear message to anyone paying attention. Underestimating him comes at a cost. The clip, now viral, is no longer just entertainment. It's a statement about dominance, awareness, and control. For viewers, it became a lesson not just in street strategy, but in understanding the power of observation, timing, and execution. By the end of this phase, it was clear that Pooh Shiesty had taken a single moment and transformed it into a defining point in his story. One that fans and observers would continue analyzing long after the video had stopped circulating. As the story continued to unfold, the public's fascination only grew. Fans were no longer just watching a single clip. They were tracking the ripple effects across social media, street circles, and even the music industry. Every new post, reaction video, and comment thread added layers to the narrative, cementing the encounter as a defining moment in Pooh Shiesty's reputation. Observers noted that while many could react impulsively or escalate situations recklessly, Pooh's approach was different, strategic, measured, and deliberate. He created a controlled display of dominance, making sure his opponent understood the consequences of their slip while simultaneously showing the world why he commands respect. Analysts praised his ability to control not just the moment itself, but the way it was perceived, turning a single encounter into a viral statement of authority and awareness. Backstage sources and insiders offered additional context, explaining that Pooh Shiesty's calculated timing was no accident. Those close to him said that he's known for observing, studying, and planning his actions carefully, ensuring maximum impact when the moment calls for it. Unlike many confrontations that spiral out of control, this encounter was executed with precision, reinforcing his reputation as both fearless and intelligent. Fans quickly noticed this pattern, comparing it to previous moments in his career where his ability to anticipate threats and act decisively had earned him respect. Each incident adds to a growing narrative. Pooh Shiesty isn't just a street figure or musician. He's a master at controlling the energy, the perception, and the message in any given situation. Meanwhile, the opposition's response, or lack thereof, became a topic of heated debate. Many speculated whether they had learned the lesson, whether there would be a public retort, or if this moment had firmly established Pooh's dominance. Social media became a battleground for speculation and fan theories, with influencers, commentators, and casual viewers weighing in. Some praised his decisiveness, noting that few could command attention so effortlessly. Others warned that anyone crossing paths with him must remain vigilant. The discussion wasn't limited to fans. Even other artists and industry insiders were chiming in, acknowledging that the clip demonstrated not just force, but strategy, awareness, and psychological acuity. This moment had become a multi-layered statement, resonating across audiences in ways that extended far beyond the streets or the clip itself. As the video circulated further, the cultural impact became increasingly evident. Memes, reaction compilations, and breakdowns of the encounter flooded platforms, sparking endless conversations. The incident wasn't just entertainment. It became a lesson in reputation, vigilance, and psychological dominance. Fans highlighted the subtle details, the way Pooh's posture communicated confidence, the timing of his movements, the silent yet powerful assertion of authority. Each frame reinforced that his influence isn't just in physical presence but in perception, strategy, and legacy building. Observers pointed out that this encounter illustrates a key principle in both street culture and the music industry: controlling the narrative, anticipating mistakes, and acting decisively separates those who lead from those who follow. By the end of Part 4, it was clear that the encounter had achieved more than anyone initially expected. Pooh Shiesty's handling of the situation had become a defining moment, establishing a standard for awareness, strategy, and dominance that fans and peers alike would reference for months to come. Social media, news outlets, and fan communities continued to dissect the clip, analyzing what it meant for the opposition, for his legacy, and for the broader narrative of respect and power. Each discussion, replay, and reaction further cemented the encounter as a pivotal chapter in his story. For viewers, it became more than just a viral clip. It was a statement, a lesson, and a powerful demonstration of why Pooh Shiesty remains one of the most formidable figures in his scene. As the story reached its climax, it became clear that the encounter was no longer just a viral moment. It had evolved into a defining event in Pooh Shiesty's legacy. Fans, commentators, and even other artists were discussing the implications, analyzing every detail, and debating what would happen next. The opposition's slip had not only been noticed, it had been memorialized in a way that ensured everyone would remember it. From the viral footage to the reaction videos, the internet had turned the moment into a cultural phenomenon. Observers praised Pooh Shiesty for the precision and foresight he displayed, noting that his actions were both deliberate and impactful. This wasn't about brute force or luck, it was about strategy, awareness, and controlling the narrative in real time. By the end of the day, it was clear that this encounter would be referenced in future discussions about street credibility, influence, and dominance. One of the most remarkable aspects of the situation was the balance between fear and respect it created. While many feared what Pooh Shiesty could do, just as many admired the intelligence and strategy behind his actions. The clip demonstrated that dominance doesn't always come from aggression. It comes from understanding, patience, and timing. Fans highlighted how he assessed the situation, recognized the opportunity, and executed flawlessly, leaving the opposition humbled and the audience captivated. It became a masterclass in influence, reputation, and strategic action, showing that those who pay attention and act decisively gain a lasting advantage. Every reaction, every replay, and every online discussion only reinforced that this wasn't just an isolated incident. It was part of a larger pattern of calculated excellence. Meanwhile, social media continued to explode with analysis, memes, and debates. Fans broke down every movement, every expression, and every detail of the clip, noting how Pooh's body language communicated authority without needing words. Influencers created slow-motion breakdowns, reaction compilations, and commentary videos, all emphasizing the precision and thoughtfulness behind his actions. Discussions expanded beyond the immediate encounter to broader lessons about strategy, reputation, and vigilance. Observers pointed out that while many individuals react impulsively or emotionally when someone slips, Pooh Shiesty's approach was methodical, ensuring that the lesson was clear, the narrative controlled, and the impact undeniable. This moment became both a cautionary tale and a celebration of strategic dominance. The cultural ripple effect of the incident became increasingly apparent. Fans began comparing this viral encounter to other iconic moments in street culture, noting how rare it is for someone to execute a move with such calculated precision and lasting impact. Analysts suggested that this moment could redefine how reputation is maintained, influence is asserted, and dominance is established in real time. Beyond the immediate viral fame, the encounter highlighted the importance of observation, timing, and awareness in maintaining respect and authority. Every comment, every share, and every discussion reinforced that this wasn't just a display of power. It was a lesson, a statement, and a permanent addition to his legacy. By the conclusion of this saga, the significance of the event was undeniable. Pooh Shiesty had turned a single slip by his opposition into a statement of authority, strategic mastery, and long-lasting influence. Social media, fans, and peers alike had been drawn into the moment, analyzing, reacting, and discussing every detail. The opposition had learned a lesson, and the public had witnessed firsthand the combination of intelligence, timing, and reputation management that defines Pooh Shiesty's approach. This encounter, now immortalized online, serves as both a warning and an example. In the streets, as in life, awareness, strategy, and decisiveness separate those who lead from those who follow. And as fans replay the viral clip and discuss its impact, It's clear that Pooh Shiesty's legacy has only grown stronger, leaving an indelible mark on culture, reputation, and influence. Now that you've seen how Pooh Shiesty caught his opposition slipping and made sure they remembered it, we want to hear from you. What do you think this moment says about his strategy, street smarts, and dominance? Do you think his opponent has learned the lesson, or is there more to come? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let us know your favorite part of the clip, and join the conversation that's taking over social media right now. Make sure to hit that like button if you're impressed by his timing, precision, and reputation management. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel for all the latest viral moments, street stories, and insider updates from the music and hip-hop world. Turn on notifications so you never miss a beat. Because with moments like this, the story is far from over, and you'll want to see what happens next.